E3 has been popping off, all right? It's not what people wanted, because granted, we didn't have E3 last year because of reasons, but it's something that I'm glad to have back, all right? So maybe I'm just more excited than everybody should be. I know there's a lot of things that aren't game related that have been shown in E3, like the Ubisoft uh, showcase and all this other stuff, like guitar playing and all sorts of stuff. You guys need to go see what's going to happen today. And it's currently happening in some places, all right? I can't wait. I'm excited for E3, man. It's been a while. It's been a while where you're like, okay, what's going to happen? Maybe some things are going to be released that's like going to be here for Christmas this year. Like, this is our Christmas for now. So like, what do you guys want to see happening for E3 this year? All right, that's one thing. All right, let's get that out the way. I had to get that out the way. All right, so I've been gone. We're going to continue the TMNT arcade experience. I wanted to talk about my top 5 least favorite Pokemon games, okay? I'm not going to be doing any low balls, all right? I swear, every top 5 least favorite Pokemon games has Pokemon Dash in it. That's great. It was a DS game. You scratch Pikachu to raise. Come on, man. Y'all can do better. All right? Now, the reason why I'm talking about my top 5 least favorite is because later on I'll be talking about my top 5 favorite Pokemon games, okay? And if these are some of your favorites, like, please hate me and tell me below why you hate me, okay? All right. I love you guys. I love you guys so much. I can't wait. All right. Number 5. All right. Number 5. I'm sorry, guys. I played the heck out of this game. And I'm going to explain. Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire. Let me explain. So, Ruby and Sapphire, I actually got, back in the day when I was younger, the Japanese version. And I don't know if you guys know this, but the Japanese version, I played, it came out earlier than the English version and everything like that. So I made sure to get it. And I played the heck out of it. It has a special place in my heart. It really does. However, every time I try to go back to it, right? The Pokemon that I have are not good in the game. The abilities slow things down so much. And I want to love the game. And I love the game. It's got a special place in my heart. But I want to love the game. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Where it's like, I can crack this baby open anytime. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, Ruby and Sapphire, it didn't really do much for me. It just simply was there to be like the new Pokemon game. Who's the new Pokemon? Oh my god, what is this ghost Pokemon? Duskull? Wait a minute. Misdreavus was a ghost type. And now Duskull is just a ghost type? That's so rare. Like, all these feelings that I had for this game are just monumental. And then seeing Groudon and Kyogre, like, just come out from their places of origin and, like, you catch them and stuff like that. And they were your bad guys for the end. It just was great. But I felt like once you caught them, it was like, yeah, nobody realizes the world ended or almost ended, but a kid just... You guys know what I'm saying. There's so many problems. There's so many problems. Everybody talks about, like, too much water. That's a meme, you know. I thought there was too much HMs. It was just too much. Sometimes it was just too much. But, like, there's ways to get around it. But you still had to get some HM slaves, like Tropius. I love Tropius because of that. But at the same time, I feel like Tropius should deserve more. Anyway, number 4. Here we go. More hate. Fire Red and Leaf Green. Number 4 is Fire Red and Leaf Green. Let me tell you why. I love red, blue, and yellow. I don't like how broken they are sometimes. It's unfair. There's a difference between fun, challenging, and unfair. And red, blue, and yellow is just unfair. but the game, you could at least break it to bend it to your own will. It was so fun to do that. Not saying that if you didn't know how to do that, you wouldn't have a good time, because you could. Like, everything was set up for easy, medium, and hard mode. I don't know if you guys know this, but like, supposedly Bulbasaur was easy, Squirtle was medium, and Charmander was hard. That's how the games rolled. You know what I'm saying? But you could catch a Butterfree, and Butterfree learned psychic moves, which were broken in that game, and all sorts of things. And that would clear you past the first. I know that first gym leader is Rock, but they don't really have Rock type moves at all. So you could just psychic your way out of that bad boy, and then you move on, and then next thing you know, you're a G. All right, but yeah, Leaf Green and Fire Red. I played with them. I beat them. I think it's because we know the Kanto region, which is shoved down our throats. I will give some people the credit. It's shoved down our throats. I think it's because it's just simply overdone, but at the same time, they added abilities which slowed things to a crawl. It was just not that good. And then I remember trying to evolve things. Like, I don't know if you guys know, but on my gold version playthrough, if you guys seen in my video list, I tried to play with a Crobat. It's my first time doing that. I've never done that. You know, I wanted to get happiness level up on a Golbat and try to evolve it, right? And you can't do any of that in this game. The 150, I'm not even going to say 151 because that was exclusive, and good luck if you're outside of Japan. The 150 that they got for you is it. You beat the game, and then they open up new worlds, and I hate to say that I'm going to spoil it because these games are so old. Anyway, these new islands that will simply give you the ability to explore more. And it's like, why do we have to go through all that? Why can't I trade what I had before? Because, mind you, Ruby and Sapphire, Leaf Green, Fire Red, and even Emerald can't talk to Gold, Silver, Crystal, or Red and Blue. So it's like, we want to know all these new Pokemon and seeing our favorites, like, evolve. But it doesn't. It's like an automatic Everstone in the game. And that's a problem, man. Gotta catch them all? No, no, no. You're not going to catch them all. And here's why. You also need other games to complete it, like Pokemon Coliseum, Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness. So, with that said, let's move on. Number 3. Speaking of Pokemon Coliseum. I am the first person ever to complete a Pokemon Coliseum Pokeball run. That was really awesome to make that monumental leap. I still have it. If you look at my playlist, I am the first person ever to do so. And it was great. I had a great time because I knew what I was getting into. But if you didn't know, you would simply have two feelings. Nostalgia, because guess what? A Pokemon game where you have a story mode is on a console? Whoa. Mind blown. And that, I will never, ever take that credit away from them. Ever take that credit away from them. And you're a villain. That becomes good. Right? You still have choices and stuff, but they're not like deep choices. But you get what I mean. That was incredible for the time, man. I can't take that away from them. But once you start doing all double battles and they're so mundane and they take forever, and you learn how long the game's going to be because of poor decisions in the game, for instance, not being able to save wherever you want. Some places you just cannot heal without paying, and then like you can get so deep into a dungeon and then you're like, I gotta go back because I gotta heal, and then some of the bad guys respawn and they're not easy bad guys. The tournaments you just simply have to go through. You can't like stop and say, hey, I need to heal, and then having to beat 100 in a row tournament later. I don't want to say too much, but play the game and you'll understand what I'm talking about. And then also the sense of direction is horrible. If you've never played the game, listen, hold on. Let's flip the script. Let's flip it. If you played the game before, have one of your buddies play the game and see how many times they get lost. I guarantee that they're not going to get far without your sense of direction, because you've played the games and you've seen guides and you've seen things in the past. It's horrible. Like, they're called triggers in video games. Triggers are like when you activate something, then you can proceed. And those triggers are so specific sometimes that I'm impressed if anybody figured this out without any guides. All right. Number 2. All right. Number 2, I'd have to give it to Sun version. I love Sun version. A lot of great Pokemon came from Sun version. A lot of great Pokemon came from Moon version. I remember the hype of having Red and Green show up at the Battle Tree. I'm messing that up. I messed that up. They're in the Ultra Sun games. But anyway, I get what they were going. Ultra Beasts were just weird, but I accepted them. You know what I'm saying? Then I have to move on to number 1. The reason why I'm moving on to 2 and 1 so fast is because 1 broke me. Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. Let's talk. I cannot play those games anymore. I bought huge SD cards that I thought, oh, this isn't going to be a problem, right? Oh my god, it was a problem. I bought 16 gigs for my 3DS for Ultra Sun. And to this day, they are still patching and still updating the game so that even a 16 gig is filled and I can't retrieve any of my old Pokemon in the game because they're waiting for an install. If you don't download the install, you can't go online to transfer your Pokemon to home or bank or whatever it's called. But, hold on, I'm not done yet. If you delete the game, you can't do that either. What? That's not the only issue. Riding in Ultra Space is amazing. And yes, a lot of people, I don't care what fence you're on, like, riding through Ultra Space gives you shinies faster and makes shinies not, like, special. And then there's, oh, okay, finally, shinies are accessible to normal people. But, at the same time, think about it. What new additions, besides the battle tree and all that, is different? Besides a little bit of the story mode, but it's the same story mode. From Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, compared to Sun and Moon. Not that much. There's no sense of me wanting to go back to those games. The HMs being gone was a great thing. I could tell you Melee Island is probably the only island I remember. We're talking about Hawaii, folks. There's so many missed opportunities. And then to burn us the most, a lot of things from Kanto just got, the treatment. And they weren't even good Kanto treatments. Rattata, okay. Alright, that's fine. Meowth, that's fine. Come on. Executor, I love him. He's so goofy. That's great. But I'm not lying when I said I honestly thought Dugtrio was a joke. My friends, I've seen the memes. I used to go on this website called memebase.com where they had the Pokemon meme base. And they showed off like this Hawaiian Dugtrio. I thought it was a joke. And then Ash Greninja. I get it. Greninja is so famous in Japan that it's the number one most liked Pokemon back in the day. I believe it was 2016 or so. But we're stretching here. We're stretching. The way that happened and the way that they showed us that, and then they gave us like 4 new Ultra Beast or something like that. I can't remember. The way that happened made me feel like, what's different from them saying, "Hey, we've got an exclusive Agumon that you can get if you do this in the game, and you can play with Agumon and his evolutions or Digi evolved forms." Do you get what I'm saying? Maybe I'm just weird about that. But as you can see, you can no longer see any form of the Z moves, or you can see no form of all of those old things, like the Pikachu stuff from Orez, or like any of the Ash Greninja, all that stuff. You can no longer see that. I'm sorry if I'm drawing this out, but you guys have to understand, from Sun to where I gave it a chance and I'm like, man, this is great. And then it just started getting weird. And then Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, where I paid it again. And by the way, I fell asleep 3 times on a plane ride to my uncle's funeral. I fell asleep 3 times, man. I can't make this up. I still tell everybody to this day about how that was. But I'm telling you guys, I did not enjoy that experience. Every single step you took, somebody had to explain something to you. And it's like, okay. They had to show you something. They had to make you do something. And it was like, even if I'm a kid, I'm like, I don't want to do this. Let me play the game. You know what I'm saying? You guys have to understand where I'm coming from. If you don't understand where I'm coming from and you love those games, I love the fact that you love those games. But please, do me a favor. Get an emulator and ROM. Excuse me. Get an emulator and ROM and then start the game over. Start the game over and try to get to, I don't know, midway in the game. And it'd be under 3 hours. Try. I want to see this. And after this, I'm actually going to look at speed runs of the game. Because I want to know if it's possible. Because it's not. I think it's not. Like, it's just too much. Hey, come here. My name is this. Did you know that you could do this? And then even your little companion is like, I'm sad because you're just making me sad because you won't do this because that it's not your journey, it's mine. I just, it broke me. Anyway, notice I didn't put Sword and Shield on that. Y'all know how I feel about Sword and Shield. But at the same time, like, you can get stuff out of it. You can get stuff out of X and Y. Everybody's hating on X and Y for some reason. Notice that. But yeah, those are my top 5 least favorite. Those are mine. If I have to play through those again, I'm going to be like, alright. Well, let's get it going. And then it's going to be a long journey. That's the reason why I feel that way. For all 5 of those games. They're not bad games. They're just like, let's go. Let's do it. And I own all of them. Every single one of them. So of course, I'm not going to be a hater like you guys say. But at the same time, I had to let you guys know. Let me know what you guys think are the top 5 least favorite in your opinion. I gave everything like a good review and what they meant to me. You know? But at the same time, like, I could understand, okay, there's some problems. And yeah, let's not do that again. That's all it is. It's just fun, man. Enjoy E3. Let's go. 2021, I hope you all are feeling fantastic. Love you guys. Have a good one.